We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Jana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
She was told that she couldn't play with the boys. She was told that they were too big, too rough, too strong. She was told to give up her dreams and move on. She was told to just be pretty, be quiet, be a lady. She was told that women had to stay on their side of the court, stay in your lane. Playing and competing with men was insane. She was told that men and women would never be equal. Dreaming like that would only be linked to your mind, to your soul. She never listened. She knew that their thinking was old. She is magic. She is the definition of spirit. She is what champions are made of. She is now.
Greetings and welcome to Access Wealth Nation with Dr. Jana B. Woodhouse, getting your checkup from the neck up, broadcasting on Soul City Network, of course, and WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. And so I welcome you because I miss you all. I've been, truly, to be perfectly honest, I've been out getting some rest because this has been a horrific and still is a horrific tax season. Working hard to try to make sure everybody gets them done, their taxes done. Those that have extensions, get them done correct. It's so important. There's so many laws and rules that have come across that even during the tax season, I thank President Biden for giving a break on unemployment. I just wish he hadn't done it in the middle of the year. And then many of the states, like New York, did not give the break of $10,200 off of to deduct it from the unemployment before filing the taxes. But we didn't find that out until about a month after President Biden made the announcement in March. So there's some people out there that need adjustments done. There are some people who are still having to file and may have to pay. These are the things. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'll just let you know, if you notice, my background is a little different right now because I'm in Vegas, Nevada. I had the honor of being on a panel for World Financial Group and Transamerica Financial Advisors, Inc. They're having their convention this past few days. And we had a panel to discuss why is it necessary for financial advisors to be fully licensed. And I had the honor to be able to speak on that along with a gentleman, Bryant Loasso. And it was an informative panel. I think it's necessary for those of you who are looking to come into the financial service industry Don't come with your pinky toe sticking in the water that you're just going to dab in it. We have a need and a crusade to bring financial literacy to the urban community, to America across the world. 66% of Americans are financially illiterate, means that they don't understand basic compound interest. And this industry of financial services makes it so because they talk in tongues that people just don't understand. And when you don't understand, we do the best thing possible. Click, let's stop. I don't want to hear any more about it because I don't understand it and no one's explaining it. So it's necessary for us to build a crusade around financial literacy, and also to get people who are looking for a new career or an encore career uh, to be able to come into the industry and learn. And one of the things better than anything is to be a financial educator, more than a salesperson. Through the years, I've been in this industry since 1984, and it's always been the situation: sell, 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 and tell a client, do as I say and don't worry about it. And some people really don't want to think about it, but it's necessary that you do understand. If you can understand basic math, you can understand finance as far as investments are concerned. And the Wall Street Journal's at a 12th grade reading level. Okay, so it's not neuroscientist stuff. So stop putting the blocks up and learn and put your assets in place. Now, one place to start, I know it probably comes out a little bit different on the screen, but it's How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker, written by Tom Matthews and Steve Siebold. The book is $3.99. Just contact us at Anaj Enterprises, Inc., and we will send the book out to you. Give us an email. Please make sure that you give us your address properly when you type it in. We have to go through a rerouting if we don't have the correct zip code. If things like that, little things. That's just little stuff. But we are going to make sure we get the books out to you. And so I say to you, please just take the time and get the book. And then once you get the book, read the book. It's all of 127 pages, simple reading. It's got cartoon pictures. Come on. But it will enlighten you and put you in a position of where you can learn a little bit about how money works. And then we give our seminars and workshop classes. Right now, my New York team, Powerhouse New York NYC, they do a session every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's a Zoom, so you can learn things in your PJs. Tell you, this world has changed. So what I would say to you is just reach out to me at Anaj Enterprises, Inc. At gmail.com, and we will be able to tell you when the next essentials, How Money Works essential is. So you can get the book, read the book, then you get the essentials class, and then you can sit down and have a free financial analysis if you just call 646-375-2121 and say that you would like an analysis. That is done by, I have wonderful individuals who have been trained and under my tutelage, and they will be able to provide you with a free financial analysis. Okay, so that's one of the things that I think is so important in today's world, is to have a plan, because if you fail to have a plan, then you're planning to fail. Don't want that happening. We need in our community to build assets, to build generational wealth, build a legacy. These are the things that are important that we must pay attention to, just like every other cultural group that's out here. We need to pay attention to what's happening with our money. And we definitely don't need to have a situation of where when we pass, that we pass the hat or the GoFundMe account, or even worse, the fish fries. We got to stop this stuff. So if we have a plan, that won't happen. If we implement it, because there's one thing to have the plan, but then you have to start to implement it. So I definitely say I'm glad to see everyone. And if you have any statements, comments, or questions, please put it in the chat and we will address it, because this is a time that knowledge is so necessary. It's just one of those things that, if we don't do it for ourselves, and especially to all the financial advisors that are out there in the urban community and want to serve the urban community, if we don't do it, who will? And I'm not talking to, and I know people are going to get me for this, I'm not just talking to the insurance agents. The insurance agent been coming to our community for years. I'm talking to the financial advisors, the financial educators out there. You have a responsibility to get to individuals and not just give them the plan, but help them to implement the plan. And not just sell them insurance. We need it to the point of doing all the levels of investing and moving our assets. And just sometimes just giving a little guidance. Can't make money on everything. You got to be able to be willing to give, because they say when you do this, then you are able to do this. If you come with this, with just fingers closed, you're not getting anything. So this is one of those things that we have to change our mindset. But I do say to anybody who's looking to become an entrepreneur and looking at the financial service industry, give me a call, 646-375-2121. Maybe I can help you. Not for everybody, but at least I can give you some kind of guidance. Okay. With that being said, we got a lot going on in our world today. Today is a very important day. It's July the 15th. And July the 15th, okay, let's see if I can bring this back up. July the 15th marks a special day for us in our in the economy. And what does that mean? Today is the day that they are just now starting to mail out the child tax credit advance payments. Did y'all know that was coming? I'm sure you did, because I know I've gotten many calls and people looking to see what's going to happen when they get the money. When are they getting the money? Now I'm going to say something to you that y'all not going to like too much, but may understand the necessity of it. Those of you who have children under the age of 17, you will receive the child tax credit. It can receive it on a monthly basis. It's divided up, and I'll explain all of that in a few minutes. But I want to talk to you, and sincerely. Your children's future, your children's legacies is not in the government's hands. It's in your hands. If you go and you take, like I've heard the statements on the news all day today, if you take that money and you're just going to buy some sneakers and some games for them, you're going to new jeans, that's not what that money really should be for. That's my opinion. And some of you may agree, some may not. You want the children to have something. How about if you took half of that money or a portion of that money and put it away for that child's education? Do you realize that if you put away, and since this very well may be an annual payment coming every year, take a portion and put it away for the child's future, for their retirement. Why? Because they're not going to get Social Security, or they won't have Social Security in the manner that we know it now. So if that's the case, why wouldn't you put something away for them? You can put it away in vehicles that may even allow them to have a tax-free income. And that's part and part in the book, is about today's child, tomorrow's millionaire. Put a portion of this money away, let it sit, forget about it. And by the time the child is in their 60s, they can have an income supplementing their income. And it can grow. It can grow to be $1 million if you start now. So get the book, Go to the essential classes and take some of this stimulus money, especially the child tax credit stimulus money, and put it away and sit with a financial advisor or a financial educator. More so, this is for the advisor to be able to put it away and put it in a place where the child will have this money later on. Stop taking all of the money and spending it. Spending it is a word that I use because it's related to being broke. It's the end of the road. There's no extra money coming through. It's not going anywhere. It's not working for you. It is gone. If you go and take it and put it in some Jordans for $300-400, I'm hearing these stories. You buy a bike, you know. That's not what this money should be for. This money should be for you to make it grow and to have something for the future. I know that's not what the government set it up for, but that's what we should be doing with it, because in the long run, we don't know how long that's going to last. It may last as long as this administration. If the administration lasts for the next 8 years, it'll be good. But after that, we don't know what else is coming. So preparation, just think about it. I'm just planting the seed. You don't have to follow. You don't have to let it grow. You don't have to do anything. But, there's the only thing, what they say, the only thing that's guaranteed is death and taxes. But the thing is that why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you put some money away for your child and each child? Some people will be receiving a considerable amount of money. So for those of you for today who may have some questions about the child tax credit, let's just take a little look at that and what it is. Okay, so today it starts. And just so you know that the credit will go to roughly, 39 million households with about 65 million children, or 88% of the children in the United States. This is a statement made by IRS. So it's a large sum of money. That's why I say is that you need to take this money and do something with it for the children. You don't have to take it all. You can give them something, get a little toy or whatever. But the bottom line is you want to make sure it's taking care of them. That's what it's for, is to take care of these children and their future. Now, the credit is basically was established under the American Rescue Plan, which was signed in March of this year. So they're acting fast. Now, so that you understand how it works, the credit it can be a monthly, or you can receive it on your taxes next year. The maximum credit is $3,600, $3,600 for children younger than 6 years old. So you've got to look at children's birth dates, okay, and to see when they turn 6. If they're under 6, then you will get the $3,600. If they're over 6 and under 17, and you will get $3,000 for each child. So that's a considerable amount of money to be working with. And that's for each child. Now, remember that. Each child. So those payments are going to be sent out in an advance on the 2021 taxes. But it's a monthly installment. So please understand that this is monthly and not going to be one lump sum check. So it can be as much as $300 per month for children younger than 6, and $250 a month for those who are between the ages of 7 and to 17. So let me give you an example of this. If you have 3 children, one age 4, one age 8, and one age 12. Okay, so you can get an idea of what that is. You could receive up to $800 a month for based on this information. How so? The child that's age 4, you're due to get $300. the two children that are older, 8 and 12, would get $250. So that would be $800 a month you would receive. Now, that's why I said is out of that $800, you could easily pull, $300-400 and put something away for that child. Okay, so how do you qualify for this? There's a long range of qualifications, but one of the major things is that if you earned under 70, if you're an individual and you earned under $75,000 for the year, or if you're a joint couple under filing jointly, then if you earned under $150,000, then you are eligible for it. For individuals earning 95,000 or 170,000 for a joint couple, well, you've been phased out, but you still get what's called our general child tax credit, which is $2,000 per year. That's for all children under the age of 17. But the family must make less than $200,000 annually. And if it's a couple, that's for an individual, $200,000 annually. And for a couple, it's $400,000. So that leads you to a better position. Now, if you file head of household, the phase out doesn't take place, because many of you qualify for head of household. If you have a qualifying child that you take care of, then that would allow you to receive, as long as your income is below $112,000, then you are eligible also to receive the general credit. So that's one element. I don't know if having anything else. Okay. Now, some of you are concerned because tax accountants, preparers all have had such a horrible time this year that it's made it difficult for people to complete their 2020 returns. Not to worry. The way that IRS is working, they are accepting if you haven't filed the 2020, then IRS will use your 2019. Now, if you haven't filed your 2019, that's another question and situation why. But that means that you need to hurry up and file the 2019. Okay. And how will it pay out? It will be the same as how the stimulus came. The stimulus was directly deposited if IRS had information to deposit the checks. If not, then they will issue a paper check, which takes longer. Direct deposit always works better. You have to be careful also. There are sometimes the government, they have run out of checks, are unable to issue a check. And so what they do is they issue you what's called a debit card or a credit card. And it's not a credit card, like your credit card. It is a credit for the stimulus. And so if that's the case, you be careful because they do not mark the envelope. It's almost like how your debit cards from the banks come. That's how it will show up with no marking on it. But if you feel in there, you're going to feel a card. Now, some of them have come in this special wrapping. And so please be careful because so many people receive the stimulus checks, the $1,400 stimulus check, and threw the card away, unbeknownst. And so please be very careful with that. And so next, I'm going to just cover some of the elements that you should be aware of. I don't think we have any comments coming up. Okay, so take this as a true lesson to what you need to know and when to get it, when you're getting this stimulus check. Now, if the key is there's some other requirements that you're going to need to follow. You don't have to ask for the money. But if you did not file or did not have to file 2019 nor 2020, you don't need to file. IRS is creating a portal and that families can participate and go in just like you went in when you were looking for the $1,200 stimulus check, the $600 stimulus, and the 1,400. There will be a portal that will be put together by IRS. So you have to go to irs.gov, and they will show you how you can let them know that you should be eligible to receive the child tax credit. Okay. And they will go through how much you're supposed to receive. There's a calculator. Um, the monthly will come on the 15th of every month until December the 31st. And then that will stop. So that would be July, August, September, October, November, and December. That's 6 months worth of checks that you will be eligible to receive, in either up to $300 a month per child, or if the child is under 6, and then $250 for every child that's 7 to 17. Or you can opt out. There's going to be a portal that you can opt out. And let's say, for example, families can opt out, from receiving the monthly payment because they may not really be able to don't need the monthly, but they would like to have the lump sum. I know in my mind, that's ridiculous. Instead, if the government want to give you money, why wouldn't you just go ahead and take it? But those that want to receive a lump sum, they will be eligible to opt out of receiving. And that's a dangerous, to me, a position to do. If some government's getting ready to give you money and then you say, no, I'd like you to hold it longer and then give it to me in a lump sum, I wouldn't take that chance. But people who do, they won't get the monthly, but they'll still receive the amount that they're supposed to receive in a lump sum. So it's being said to total up to the annual when they file their tax returns. Just like this year, those who did not receive their 2,000, the 1,200 plus for their children, and the 600 plus for their children, that did not receive anything, we were able to, and that's what's taking so long with filing tax returns, but they would not, they want to get it later. They could get it later, so it's going to do the same thing with the child tax credit. Just be careful and, talk to your accountants, financial advisors, take a look at the irs.gov site, and don't be remiss with this, because the money is coming out. These are some large funds coming, and the IRS doesn't have it, all the time right. So you have to be proactive. So first and foremost, you have to look at the child has to be, as of December 31st, 2021, the child must be under the age of 17. So you have to look at your children, if they're turning 17 on December the 31st, they're still eligible. If they're turning 18, that's still good. But the thing is that December the 31st, they needed to be 17 years old. And it will be different amounts. Again, if a child is 17, then you're getting the $3,000, which breaks down to, over a 6-month period, it breaks down to $250 a month, or $3,000 for the year. So what does that mean for you? That means that as of December 31st, 2021, you should have received half of the money, which is half of the $3,000. If the child is under 6, then it's half of the $3,600. Okay, but you want to get your other half. How do you get that? Because I know someone's going to ask me that. You can get the other half. Probably they're going to set up some kind of program, a again in a portal so you can get the other half, because this is only 6 months. There's a whole year. You're supposed to get all $3,000 per child. So you see, this is this is a lot of money that's coming into one household, and some will be the difference between them being able to um, get money, get food in the house, or be able to pay for some of the parts of education for those who are under the age of 17. There's some other aspects that you're eligible to use this money for. You can use it to help supplement your family's household. I know it's not that much for us in New York because everything is so expensive, but it can be the difference between children getting clothes, having clothes for the week, not necessarily buying the top of the line, uh, uh, designers, just the basics, because this is what we need to do, is to provide the basics. But I still say, even in some of the most challenged households, every child, you should take at least a couple of $100 and put it away for the child and talk to somebody. If you don't have anybody to talk to, give our office a call and we'll be able to help you to show how you may put this money away for this child's future. It's not just education, it is about their future. That if you see today's child, tomorrow's millionaire, or the $1 million baby, we call it all sorts of things. But by putting away as little as $2,500 and putting away $250, isn't that amazing? $250 a month for the next 4 years, and let it sit, let it roll. I'm in Las Vegas, so let it roll. And then after that, you'll be able to show the child will have about $1 million if you let it grow. If not, then it may be less. But anything is better than nothing. Just look at your own life. And if someone had put away some money for you and you could receive it, and even better, receive it tax-free, wouldn't that have made a difference in where you headed? So just think about that. So this basically is the simple parts to how people qualify. Now, some of the other things you need to do is that you must make sure that the child live with you for and you supported the household of the child for more than half a year. That's mandatory. The child also cannot have filed a tax return, because I don't know how that would work, but a child that is under 17 or 17 years old and filed a joint return with someone, they got married, I guess, that they can't, that knocks out the qualifications. Now, if a child, just let's say for a child got worked, during the summer and just was filing to receive their refund, that doesn't knock out the qualifications. Everybody has the rights to claim the child tax credit, not the advanced child tax credit, but the child tax credit. You do get that when you file your tax returns, not the advance. So these are just some of the things that you need to know. I know there's a lot of people out there that that cart off their kids and give them to other folks to claim and things like that. Don't do that. Stop that. This is your child. You want to make sure that your child, you receive the credit for the child. And also, since you're taking care of the child, get any benefits that you can. So we need to stop playing with our children's social security number. That's a big no-no. This is a fantastic benefit to low-income families. It will help, but you just got to make sure you're positioned. Again, if you, for any reason, did not have to file 2019, which is very possible, especially 2020, not needing to file, because of the fact is that we had COVID, and a lot of people lost their jobs, and some did not even qualify for unemployment. So if that's the case, you can go to irs.gov, and there will be a portal. Give it a few minutes because they're just now starting to send out these payments. But you can go there and you can let them know, I did not need to file. There should be a portal. And hopefully by the time we do the show next week, I'll know there's a portal up or not. But we were alerted that there would be a portal so that you can let them know that I have these children and I'm due to get either the $250 a month or the $300, or if you $300 a month, or if you want to opt out, you'll be able to opt out there. Again, I know I'm not to advise you. I can just make a recommendation. If they're giving you the money, take it, put it to the side, sit down and make some logical decisions. So I'm hoping that this will assist you in understanding how much you're supposed to receive. If you're not clear, you take each child. If they're under 6, it's $300. If they're 7 to 17, and 17 still as of December the 31st, 2021, it is $250 for each child. And so you have the eligible. This includes foster children and also adoptees. And so remember, all of that goes into one big pool, and it should be able to help you. We're going to have slightly a short show today because I'm still in Las Vegas, and so much is happening dealing with this financial world, and of course with Transamerica Financial Advisors and World Financial Group. And I want to get back to some of the training that's taking place, but I just wanted to give you, I didn't want another week to go by where I didn't get a chance to talk with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to also send them to me at Anaj Enterprises Inc. at gmail.com. And so I can assist and maybe give you some guidance in your financial checkup from the neck up. Okay. And so that being said, I don't see any questions in the queue. So we're going to make this a short show. I appreciate my broadcasting system, Matt McCoy, the CEO of Soul City, and also the marketing director for Soul City, Jasmine Pfeiffer, and all of you who have been real faithful viewers, and always tell somebody, I'm hoping you're learning something, that's what this is all about. I hope you learned something today. I'm praying and hoping and that you listen to me, and that as you receive these stimulus child tax credit advances, that you put something away. There's places you can. It doesn't matter. There are some places you can put away as little as $10, but we don't want to put that little bit away. But if you can, whatever you can for the child, in the child's name, you would be the custodian of it, which means that you would guide them. But at age 18, they're eligible to get the money. But there's other places that you can put money away for children and guide how they're going to receive it. All of this is in your own financial plan. So just to know these things are out there for you. So that being said, it has been wonderful talking with you. I look forward to you seeing you next week, where we'll have a full show, and we'll continue on building financial literacy in our community and getting that checkup from the neck up so that we can become financially free. So you take care and be at peace, be safe, take care of your family, build your finances, and above all, build the legacy to shorten that financial, the racial gap, the wealth gap that we are experiencing in our community. Got to tighten it up, make things different. Take care and have a good night.
She was told that she couldn't play with the boys. She was told that they were too big, too rough, too strong. She was told to give up her dreams and move on. She was told to just be pretty, be quiet, be a lady. She was told that women had to stay on their side of the court, stay in your lane. Playing and competing with men was insane. She was told that men and women would never be equal. Dreaming like that would only be lethal to your mind, to your soul. She never listened. She knew that their thinking was old. She is magic. She is the definition of spirit. She is what champions are made of. She is magic.